All right, how's everyone again? It's Friday. Bob's back, Biker News Canada. So we got one biker news story coming out of the States from Baltimore. We'll run through that real quick. And then we got Friday's weekly rides. And then the whole weekend's events. And there's a ton of events. I might have to break it into two recordings to get all the events. I don't know yet. See how long this thing starts running. So let's get started with what happened in Baltimore over the weekend. So it seems that there's a clubhouse for a bike club in a neighborhood, and it got burned. It got burned Wednesday night in East Baltimore. Why is it flickering like that? Stop it. So Wednesday night it happened, and there was a big shooting that took place there over the weekend. So this place is, like you say, it's down in Baltimore, 1300 block of North Spring Street. Means nothing to me. But anyways, a fire broke out Wednesday at an East Baltimore building close to where a mass shooting took place over the weekend. So the building that caught fire is often used as a clubhouse by a local motorcycle group. And last Sunday, the club held a cookout at a nearby park bordering a public school. And residents in the neighborhood claimed the bikers were using cones to block off certain parts of the street for their party. Neighbors told us this led to a parking dispute that ended in gunfire. So let's have a look at that story real quick. So there's that story. Early Monday, police returned to the scene of a mass shooting which left a 36-year-old man dead and 7 others injured. And if they spoke with Oliver residents, Sharice Massey, they'd learn how a simple dispute erupted in violence. It only started over a parking spot. That's how the altercation started. 2 individuals got into it because I guess the wife or girlfriend wanted to park there. They moved a cone, which I guess this is in residential. Everyone's homeowners here. Massey says a group of bikers have long used the building bordering the public park near Dr. Bernard Harris Elementary School as a clubhouse, and she showed us a picture where they had blocked off the area near the basketball courts for a cookout. Things got heated over the parking space. She dialed 911, and they called 911, and they were ignored. The police didn't get there until several people had identified as being shot. Wow. So I thought at first it sounded like somebody from the motorcycle club had been killed. But now you see the other story because it says it's in retaliation to the shooting, the fire. So let's go back to the fire story if I can. Yeah. So that's where we stopped. That's where I stopped is neighbors told us that it led to a parking dispute, led to gunfire. And a man ended up being killed with 7 others wounded. So far, no arrests have been made. Although the police stopped short of calling Wednesday's clubhouse fire a retaliatory act of arson, they confirmed it's something that will be looked into. Both investigations are ongoing, say the Baltimore police, and blah, blah, blah. And so there you go. So that's a big one happened down there in the United States where everyone gets to carry a gun. And you get some bikers and some citizens, and everyone's armed. And God knows what'll happen. But I guess that's what happened. So that ain't too cool. So yeah. So there's that. That's our biker news. I heard from another channel. It's a bike club called the Thunder Guards, which I have no idea. But I think that they're a fairly big club in the States. I think they're on the black set. Again, I'm not 100%. But that's our biker news story. And again, it'll go more for the police budget and police crackdown on bikers and all the rest of it. So now, back in Canada, this is brought to my attention from somebody I converse with over Facebook Messenger a lot. And this all kind of ties in because of shit like that. Up here in Canada, now you're starting to go to places and you you see these signs: in respect for our veterans, no MC colors permitted, which means a patch, right? If you're not 100% in the biker world, colors are your patch. And then there's another story from the States a while back about a motorcycle club kicked out of a charity event. And they were a veterans motorcycle club, and it was a veterans charity event, because I do recall that story. So there you go. So all these things, believe it or not, will come around and bite the people in the ass who are just out there trying to ride their bikes. They got a vest on. It tells you what who their club is called and who they're affiliated with or whatever, right? But either which way, it's your clothing. You should be able to wear what you want, sort of thing. That's always been my perspective on things. So that's all what's going on, and that's the sort of stuff that, like I say, it will come back around, and it'll just come back around, and it'll bite the biker community in the ass, as it always does. Okay, so now that's our news story. Get that out of the way. Now, we got some bike nights that happen on Fridays. We got a whole whack of them. So we're going to start out with this one here. I think I just found this one yesterday. So it's a new one. I like having a new one. It's out east. Let me get the picture up for you. Bike night. Location 15430, highway number 3, Hebville, next to Cummins Fire and Safety. Time is Friday nights, 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., starting the first Friday in June. It's a barbecue. There's 50/50s. All proceeds are going to the Bikers Down Society, a nonprofit society that helps bikers in need. So come on out and associate with other bikers and friends. Cool. So that's a good one to get us started with. And all right, and this is where it's located. If you're in Nova Scotia, and we can pan in some. And like you say, it's there on Highway 3. It's close to a town called Bridgewater. So go check that out and give a hand to the fallen bikers cause. All right, our next one is back in Ontario, Port Colborne. Food truck, coffee bar, cold drinks, and good vibes bike night at Motor Pickle Supply, 496 Main Street, West Port Colborne, Canada. And respect the neighbors and come and go as quiet as you can, or you get something that happens like down there in Baltimore. That's pretty harsh. So that's where it is, in Port Colborne, 496 Main Street, West Port Colborne, Ontario. And again, it's down in the Niagara area. Oh, it's right on the lake. So there you go. Right down from Welland on the lake in Port Colborne. So go check them guys out. And there's two of our Friday rides underway. All right, this is a video from Bike Night online. Don't forget, Tilsonburg has a bike night at the Legion every Friday night. So get on down there to Tilsonburg and check that out, and give the Legion some support there in Tilsonburg. All right, here's one I covered last week as well. The Peterborough area squids get together on Friday. Again, respect a lot. No burnouts, no red bombs, no trash left behind. So you get together at 6 to 7:30 with a ride to follow. And then you get together at 1200 Lansdowne Street West in Peterborough. And I'll show you on the map real quick where it is, where the red dot is. Across from the brick. Out by Canadian Tire. So that's where you are, right where the red dot is. And again, it's the Peterborough Squids. Every Friday. Go check them guys. All right, and this is another one that's growing into be a big event. The Northern Mentors Bike Night. They have it every Friday. One Capstone Lane is Tim Hortons from 7 till 9 p.m. and it's family friendly. It's open to everybody. Just if you rode a motorcycle, go on by and give it a hand. So these guys are all about helping the kids in their community, kids who are victims of bullying and stuff like that. And if it sounds like something you'd like to be involved in, track down Jason and say hello. And in the meantime, get on out there and support these guys. Meet some friends, go for a nice ride on a Friday night in Huntsville. And again, just so you know, on the map, here's where it is. It's at the Tim Hortons. I can pan it out a little bit if you like. And just off Highway 11 there. And again, go check them guys out. It's growing into a nice big bike night. And I'm happy for you guys and all your success out there in Huntsville. All right, and this one's growing into a big event too every Friday in Orangeville. The Skull and Bones Masonic Order are your host. And Orangeville Bike Nights, 50-50 draws in. There's a food drive, bringing on perishable for the food bank in that area. And it's every Friday, 6 to 9:30 at the Canadian Tire in Orangeville. And all bikes are welcome. You don't got to be a Harley rider. Get on out there and check them guys out. Again, they help out the food bank and stuff like that. And there it is on a quick map just off Highway 10. Right there. Boom, bam. The green dot, or the red dot, sorry. So again, check out the guys at the Masonic Order in Huntsville every Friday. Sorry, Orangeville. All right, our first event is in Calgary. It's being hosted by Odin Manufacturing and Red Bull and Eco Appliances. They call it the Caribbean Block Party, noon until late at 2916 11th Street East. Bikes, beers, French stunts, music, good food, good vibes. And it's the third annual, and it's happening on the 24th, which is what, tomorrow, right? What's the date? Yep, tomorrow. So tomorrow on the 24th, if you're in Calgary, go check it out. Oh yeah, and I'll show you on the map real quick where it is in Calgary, off the Blackfoot Trail. I've lived in Calgary a couple times. I really just don't remember it that well. I was a youngin' back then. But anyways, that's where it is in Calgary. 11th Street East comes around this little loopy here. Okay, I get you. And there's our first event for this weekend. We got a ton of them, so I can motor through them. All right, our next one is down, and it's being hosted by DG Custom Cycle down in Almer, Ontario. So bring out your custom bikes for a show this Saturday. And I think there's a ride attached to this show, as far as I recall. And they're down at DG Custom Cycle, and they're in Almer, Ontario. And there's the map, off of Hacienda Road, kind of out in the country a little bit. Actually, I think I drove by them the other day. I think I'll be driving by them tomorrow as well. So that's going on tomorrow as well. So again, go check them out at DG Custom Cycle. Ride your bike and go have a blast out there with the guys. And all right, again, I'm trying to burn through these ones real quick because there's a huge list. So there's a Tri-City Ride for Autism, another cause that's close to my heart. Music, barbecue, and prizes. It's going on Saturday as well. It's at the Oriental Sports Club, 1054 Shellard Side Road in Cambridge. 9:30 is registration. 10:30 the kickstands are going up. It's $40 registration and $20 for a passenger. So get on out there and you can scan that QR code if you wish to make a donation without going. So go on out there and help out the cause with autism research, etc. And a quick map for you if you don't know where it's at. And that's where it's at, where the red dot is. Kind of feels like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's not. It's off of Highway 8 there. Oh, I see. It's just outside of Cambridge. Okay. South of the 401, and that's where you're at. All right. So like I say, give these guys a hand with their cause. the autism riding. All right, next one we want to talk about is the NWRA Steel City Annual Poker Run. This is Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. It's the North Wall Riders Association Poker Run. So get on out there. Registrations from 8:30 to 9:45. Kickstands are up at 10. The Legion will have P-meal on a bun for small fee. Ride ending at Beansville Legion with barbecue and entertainment by Ray Lyle. Cool. And it's 20 a rider or 30 for if you're a rider with a passenger. So an extra 10 for the passenger. So go on out there and support two Legions. It starts at the Stony Creek one and ends at Campbellville. Be a nice ride down through the Hamilton area tomorrow as well. So check that one out. And that's the starting point. The Royal Legion Branch 622 Stony Creek, which is more or less, basically Hamilton, right? Just off of, is that our highway? Is that our Q? Oh, that's our 407. So not too far off the 407. So again, go help out the Legion, a couple of Legions, and get involved in that poker run. Be a good time. All right, here's our next one. It's the 4th annual rodeo. It's Saturday as well. It's at 1332 Route 500 West Castleman, and it's the Sovereign Kings Riding Club are having the rodeo. It's the 1911. I don't know what that is exactly. Registration's at 10. It's $20. Food truck on site all day. Contact Sovereign Kings RC at gmail.com if you need any more info. Fighting hunger in our community, one rodeo at a time. Proceeds going to help our local schools and local food banks. And that's out on the east end of our province. So that's where it is. It's where the red dot is. So if you see where it's at there, it's kind of east of Ottawa. It's still in Ontario on the 417. Oh, I've been on the 417 before, I do believe. That's when they get you to Montreal, isn't it? So anyways, that's where you're at. I'll blow it up a little bit. And if you're out there on the east end of the province, I'll go check that out and help out the local food banks and the schools, which I assume means the breakfast programs at the local school. All right, now we're going all the way to the other end of the province, to Tecumseh, Ontario, down by Windsor, on a mission for the Mission Ride Day, August 25th, which is Sunday, right? The 519 Beer House at 11828 Tecumseh Road East. Registration and breakfast is from 9 till 10:30. Kickstands go up at 11. And then it's at the Colster Bar and Grill. Food service from 12 to 3. Donations, raffles, last calls at 2:45. 50/50, last calls at 3:30. Oh, I see. So if you want to buy a ticket for the raffle, the last call for buying the tickets at 2:45. And last call for buying 50/50 tickets is at 3:30. And it's helping out the mission in Windsor and Tecumseh, I do believe. I popped it up on a map. We have a look on the map where it is. Right there. Ooh, boom, right there. That's where it's at. The red dot. And that. And it's in Tecumseh. So Tecumseh is, or no, what's it called? Yeah, so it's not quite in Windsor. Or it's in a Windsor kind of suburb sort of thing, you know what I mean? So that's where it's at. That's what's going on for that one. And go check him out and give the mission a hand down there in the Windsor area. All right, now we're kind of getting into northern Ontario up by Sudbury. All right, had to pause that video so I could cough my guts out. Woof. Took me a little token to it crazy. Anyway, Saturday again, up around our Sudbury way now. And your host is the Southern Cruisers Riding Club, Nichols Center, Chapter 418. And it's a ride to the wall in honor of our veterans. All proceeds donated to the Falcon Bridge Legion. branch 336. It's $35. No registration fee for veterans. Departing from 66 Edison Road. Your registrations from 9 to 9:45, which I would assume would mean the kickstands are up at 10. Yep. And the buses, there's a bus provided for non-riders, light lunch, dinner, and DJ included, and a cash bar. And again, we pulled that up on the maps, give you a quick look. And it's in a little town called Falconbridge, I do believe, which is just a little bit outside of Sudbury. There's Sudbury down there. So it should be a cool ride up there this time of year. I bet you it'll be fun. So go check that one out. Help out the Legion in Falconbridge. Again, up by Sudbury Way. All right, our next one is being hosted by the Dark Disciples Riding Club. And it's the 6th annual ride for Gary Store. So please join us in the 5th annual ride in memory of Gary Store. Startup location will be at Tim Hortons at 1084 Rest Acres Road in Paris, Ontario. Registration's at 11. Kickstands are going up at noon. Admission is $20 for a rider, $15 for a passenger. Cost includes food. And that location is 411 St. George Street in Port Dover. So that'll be a nice little run from Paris down to Port Dover. There'll be food with your entry and drinks by donation. Raffle prizes, 50-50, Joker's Wild, with all funds being donated to Pancreatic Research of Canada. Hey, that's an awesome one. And that's the sort of thing, you don't hear that every day. So that's where Tim Hortons is, on Rest Acres Road in Paris, Ontario. Just off the 403 there. Not far from Cambridge, not far from Woodstock, and not far from Brantford, Norwich, and all them spots too. And like I said earlier, they're going to end the ride down in Port Dover, which is another beautiful little town in southern Ontario. So go help out the Dark Disciples Riding Club on their 6th annual ride, and they're raising money for Pancreatic Research Canada. Good on you guys. All right, let's keep this party train going. The Iron Rooster Rotisserie and Grill. They're doing a 4th annual charity show and shine, and they're helping out Food for the Learning, which will be a breakfast program for local schools and sick kids. And it's located at 104-221 Highway 7, Marmora. And it happens tomorrow from 11 in the morning till 5 p.m. There's music, there's vendors, there's 50-50s, raffles, charity barbecue, the whole thing there at Iron Rooster. And a quick show on the map where it's at. So it's kind of by Tweed and Belleville and Quinte West, all that stuff, but up on Highway 7, not too far from Peterborough either, Campbellford either. So it's kind of in that little area, kind of almost Eastern Ontario, but you know what I mean. So that's where that is. Go check them out at the Iron Rooster, and they're helping out sick kids and breakfast programs. All right, keep this going. Next ride is the Harley Davidson Riders of Canada, 12th annual ride with the HDROC. That's what that stands for, Harley Davidson Riders. It's their barbecue, and they're getting together at Cervantes Brewing Company, at 1540 Durham Regional Highway 2, Cortese. Kickstands are up at 10 a.m. Barbecue by Two Fat Greeks. Live music by Water's Edge Band. Got some sponsors by Classy Chassis Motorcycles, Cervantes Brewing Company, the HDROC is your host. And get on out there and check that out if you're out there. It's kind of more or less in the Oshawa area. I put it on a map here. Let's check it out. Cortese. So that's where it is at the red dot there. Kind of right on the edge of Oshawa, it kind of looks like to me. on Highway 2. All right, so that's our next one. We got tons of good stuff going on this weekend anyway. Stop smoking. All right, back out to Alberta we go. This one started last night. Central Alberta Tracks Memorial Toy Run. It's at Black Falls. We'll go back to the map in a minute. We are proud to present the 2024 Central Alberta Tracks Memorial Toy Run. Come out with this amazing two-day event, August 23 and 24 at Watipi Village Campground, just 2 kilometers north of Black Falls. All proceeds from this event go to local Christmas bureaus. With a $60 admission, you will get live bands, bike games, show and shine, camping, one free roast beef dinner on Saturday. There's a food truck available, plus a cash bar. For other meals, no dogs, no attitudes, no mutts. All minors must be accompanied by a guardian at all times. Friday, live music at 9. Well, that already happened. Saturday, motorcycle parade leaving Gasoline Alley at 11 a.m. Oh, actually, it didn't already happen. So, yeah, Friday's live music at 9 featuring Justin Mundy and Bitch Picnic. And then Saturday, there's motorcycle parade leaving Gasoline Alley at 11 a.m. Free admission to parade with unwrapped toy. With a complimentary barbecue at the Watipi Village following the parade. 1 p.m. motorcycle show and shine. 2 p.m. motorcycle rodeo with such games as straight grass, drags, tire pull, keg push, and many more. Show and shine and rodeo comes with trophies and bragging rights. 7 p.m. free barbecue beef supper. 9 p.m. music featuring Jim's Toolbox and the Dice Men. Sunday's a pack up. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, as they say in the song, or if you've ever been a bouncer. For advanced tickets, or if you would like to donate, email Central Alberta Toy Run at outlook.com. Just specify tickets or donations in the description. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I hope to see you there. All right, sounds like a cool one out there in Alberta. Let's click on the map and see where the heck it is. So all that means not much to me. Hey, they have a Queens Lives This Highway out in Alberta, too. I'll get that in you. Okay, I'm going to scroll it way down to see where the heck it is in Alberta. Oh, north of Red Deer. So just a little bit north of Red Deer, way before Edmonton. And it's a little ride from Calgary, but you know what? It'd be a good ride. And that's where that one is. All right, good on you guys for doing that for kids in need for Christmas, man. That's a wicked good thing out there in Alberta. Go check. All right, this video is running way longer than I usually run them. So our next one, Knights of the Inferno, Firefighters MC. It's the first annual ride for her. Barbecue 50-50. It's a poker run. Happens tomorrow at the No Frills in Pembroke. Kickstands are up at 10. Registration starts at 9 in the morning. And they got some sponsorship at the bottom there. Portion of the proceeds will go to the Pembroke Regional Hospital Foundation to help purchase a neoprobe for cancer surgery. Wow. So good on you guys. So it's a firefighter MC. That's a pretty cool thing. That's not something I'm too familiar with here in Canada. But good on you guys. Raising some money, get some hospital equipment. Because I don't know. There's some guy supposed to be in charge of making sure hospitals are funded, but he ain't doing it. So this is where Pembroke is, in case you're wondering, right on the border with Quebec. And I'm going to scroll it down close to Petawawa, just trying to get a bearing of where the heck this place is, like compared to like Ottawa or something there. It's north of Ottawa. Interesting, up right in Algonquin Park almost. So it should be some really nice riding up there. You know it will be. So go check that one out if you're up in the Ottawa way. So you've had 2 events come up from eastern the end of the province. And take your pick, right? All right, let's see how many more I got. I might cut this off and do a part 2. All right, I'm going to cut this off and come back and do a part 2 this evening. Before I do, though, I want to make sure I mention the Road Relics in Grey Bruce. They are having a raffle for this gorgeous CVO 2008. It's an ultra classic, of course, CVO. And the draw is happening tomorrow. Please, please, please draw my tickets. Anyways, contact any Road Relic member for tickets. There's going to be music. It's a wing night. It's a big party. It's in Hanover, 247 16th Street, Hanover. And that's the wing night that I was talking about. Again, 247 16th Street, Hanover. The evening gets started at 6:30 p.m. And I think you can still buy tickets at the wing night. I'm quite sure you can. I can throw it up on the map real quick to let you know where it's at. All right, and don't despair, guys. I'll end this video with you guys, and I'll start the next video with you guys as well, because I want to get this out there. And yes, full disclosure, I do have tickets in this raffle. I just sold my bike earlier this summer. I need a freaking bike. But anyways, whoever wins, wins. Right, so this is a little perspective up by Walkerton, Kincardine Way, on your way into the Bruce Peninsula is where our town Hanover is, right? I was fixing to go on up there, but I got to take my kid to the airport at 4:30 in the morning because she's going back down south to go to work. Her little holiday's over. And we didn't even do much on the holiday. We barely even hung around. We missed each other like crazy. And then when she's here, we barely even spoke. So anyways, that's where they are in Hanover, off of Highway 10 there. And go check it out. It will be a good time. It's the Road Relics of Grey Bruce. And you can win yourself a new motorcycle. What more could anyone ask for? Again, that's where it's at. Off Highway 10 there. It's a long way from where I am, unfortunately, so I ain't going to make it, gentlemen. But I appreciate the invite. I really do. And let me know who wins. All right, so I'm going to cut this recording off at this point because it's like 32 minutes, and I certainly don't think too many people are going to watch it all 32 minutes. I hope you do. And if you do, thank you very much. I come back with part 2 because there's a bunch more events coming up this weekend all across our great nation that we call Canada. So I want to thank everybody who takes the time out of their day, watches my videos, checks things out. And I'll be back with part 2 later on today. And until then,